I think that we're proud of ourselves. You know, we used to have this cultural cringe where we didn't think we were quite good enough, and now I think that we think, yeah, we can go out there and we can make music that stands up, and we should all be proud. Well, I wanna stand with you. You get to a point in your career where we didn't even expect Truly to be a hit. We thought that people would basically say, okay, they've had I Want You, they've had To the Moon and Back. This song Truly made the album, and they kept buying the album and the single, and I think that's what happened with Breaking into the top 10, and the album stayed at number 1. I think people are understanding that this is an album full of songs that they might like. So.
I think the Australian audience has definitely changed recently. We did have that thing of a tall popper syndrome, and I'm to blame as well, being somebody of a fan of Australian bands that would go off and successful, be successful overseas. You sort of go, have they abandoned us or what? And it's confusing for the Australian audience because we don't have a huge music industry ourselves. I mean, it's growing, and when you lose one, you feel like you've lost a child, so you want to try and hold on to it. But we've come good. I mean, Australia should be really proud because last year, 6 months ago in America, there was 5 or 6 Australian acts hogging positions in the top 40 in the American Billboard charts.
We never ever felt limited by our culture. We feel very proud of our culture, and so we basically, this country gave us the confidence to step forward into the world arena and say, okay, I look around the world and I see all these songs that I love, and I'm going to take bits and pieces of those, take them on board and write my own songs. And I think that's what people hear, because we aren't using the acoustic guitar, because we're not singing with an obvious accent or talking about, didgeridoos, then basically we don't sound too Australian. But I don't take offence at it, but I feel very Australian. When I'm in America or when I'm in Europe or wherever, I carry this country on my shoulders very proudly, and I think that all the artists that are succeeding internationally at the moment are doing so much for this country. It's the best thing that's ever happened for the tourism industry, actually, because the music is sounding great and it's competing, and no one's doing us any favours. In America it is so competitive, and you don't get a hit single just because someone thinks it's interesting that you came from Australia. It's because Australians are making good music, and you should remember that.
I think awards are a great thing to be nominated by your peers. It's recognition for somewhat of an achievement, and we could go very cynical and say awards aren't cool or whatnot. We actually kind of think they are, so we're quite proud. Stand a little bit closer, breathe in and get a bit higher. You'll never